Rachel Bolan reflects on Skid Row's biggest mistake. This the rock and roll with the man. My name is Sean Morrison, and believe it or not, and it's not really shocking at all, but it's the singles that were released from Slave to the Grind, which I'm going to get to in a minute. He was on an appearance with Going Off Track. He, of course, is the basis of Skid Row. He reflected on the more aggressive sound of the band's second album, as I just mentioned, the 1991 release. Slave to the Grind compared to its self-titled debut in 1989. It was very organic. The heaviness just shifting to the heavier side. And the biggest mistake is saying "our" is that he disagreed with the decision. He's putting that on record because when he's putting on record that they were releasing "Save to the Grind" as a single and radio did not touch it, the male fan base went up, the female fan base dried up, they all but disappeared, and then they took Pantera on the road, and it was mainly guys at the show, but they loved Pantera. But anyway, with "Slave to the Grind," when he came out the first single, Monkey Business, it went breaker in 2 weeks, so they had a certified hit. We're on a fucking roll now. Radio jumped in before we even released the second single, or even thought of a second single. The radio jumped on Quicksand Jesus, which is another ballad off the album. It probably would have been a top 40 hit, I believe. But getting back to that, it was like, this is great, this is awesome. They go, this is a Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, the song is 6 minutes long. I'm not saying it's as good as that. Then he goes on to say he thinks their manager at the time said we shouldn't release the song second. We have someone in the band that agreed with him. And I'm like, but the radio's already playing it. Don't you see what's going on? So someone came up with a fantastic idea. Since him and Dave Sabo were the radio guys, we would do all the interviews, we did the rounds, and why don't you and Snake just start calling and ask them to not play it until we decide as a single? And then he goes, "Are you serious?" And the manager goes, "Yeah," which honestly I think is fucking stupid. So he did what he was told, and literally asked every radio station not play the song because they were coming with a different single. And the response says, "We got exactly what I thought." I had one guy yell at me, one program director yell at me. I forgot which market it was, but it was a major market. I think it was in Chicago. He goes, "Are you out of your effing mind?" And I go, "Yeah, I think so." And then we really Saved to the Grind as a single, and radio wasn't only, "We're not playing this, and it's too heavy for our listenership." Then also we're not playing it, and F you, and then we tried again with Quicksand Jesus. Everyone was like, too late, too late. It was pretty too much for radio for that record. So they have videos for Wasted Time, Slave, and Monkey Business. And what else did we have? Was that it for the record? He forgets, but yeah, it was a huge mistake. Yeah, fucking dumbass manager, in my opinion. And I remember being in the hotel room saying, we can't release Slave to the Grind as a single. I remember a manager at the time going, "You guys can do whatever the F you want at this point." Big mistake, huge mistake. And he goes, that was their biggest mistake. He just remembers seeing in the room, seeing a few guys thinking it was a great idea. And I'm like, it's not a great idea. It's not a great idea. And I just got ignored, and that was it. And it was done. But I think that record would have had sold a lot more if we stayed the course and let someone dictate for us in a good way. But it is what it is. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else out there subscribed, we thank you very much for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. He went on to say that he felt his opinions were listening to enough at the time, considering that he was one of the Skid Row's main songwriters. So now basically, um, Snake and him, Snake and Rachel Bolan and Dave the Snake Stable handle everything now. Everything goes through them. Definitely, a smart move there. And yet, it did go number one and did sell 1 million copies, but thanks to management stupidity, Slave to the Grind from Skid Row probably would have sold more albums. Your thoughts, friends? Shame, shame, shame.